Hi everybody, Lori here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have a couple of fun projects to share with you using some of the new goodies that just came out in the Sunny Days Ahead release from Simon Says Stamps. So I'm going to create a graduation card and a card for a mama. This first card, I'm doing a soft, subtle ink blend on a panel of white cardstock. I'm using Nina Solar White. It's my favorite to blend on. It's smooth, it's white, and it works. So I start with cracked pistachio. I'm using my mini Distress ink cubes, and I'm going with a very light hand. And of course, I'm using my ink blending sponges that I love to use for ink blending, but I almost pulled out the ink blending brushes because they do work beautifully for a soft, subtle background like this. And this is just kind of a pre-layer. Next, I'm going to lay on a stencil. But so I'm using 4 colors, cracked pistachio, mermaid lagoon, blueprint sketch, and then to finish it off, my favorite, a little twisted citron. So there you have it. And then once I get that the way I want it, I'm going to just temporarily adhere this down to this scratch paper that I'm working on. And then here is one of the It's like a confetti stencil, and it's part of the graduation celebration layering stencils set. And this stencil set has 3 stencils in it. One is confetti, which is what I'm using. One is balloons, and one is graduation caps. And you can use various combinations of any of those to achieve layering looks, or you can use one at a time. So I am ink blending using the same colors that I used on the background, just going with a bit of a heavier hand so the confetti's darker. It's like a tone-on-tone confetti look. And then I'll take the graduation stencil, which is also part of that graduation celebration layering stencil set. Man, that's a long title. And I don't want to cover up my confetti, so I'm not trying to be as dark as the confetti. I just want it to show up. Honestly, I wasn't really even sure if this would work, trying to achieve 3 different shades using the same color, but I was winging it. Yes, and graduations are going to be a lot different for kids this year. I feel bad for some of them that are missing out on their senior year, all the fun things and all the recognitions, and especially like spring sports seasons, which were so important to my kids. They're missing out on their soccer season. So, okay, there's my finished blended background. Now, this is one of my favorite dies from the release, the Extra Large Congrats by Kathy Zilski. I'm going to die cut this Congrats out of some Lawn Fawn Really Rainbow pattern paper, and then I did the outline with white cardstock. I did trim slivers of foam tape to pop up my Congrats. I like to pop it up, and then I'm going to add this GRAD hat, also by Kathy Zilski. So I did the shadow outline with white. I did the GRAD cap in black, and then I did the tassel out of kind of a yellowy gold. Again, popping it up, which is totally not necessary. But, if I don't pop it up, I'll just feel a little bit sad inside. And then when I look at it, it's like the card's looking back at me and like, you didn't give 110%, Laura. You didn't give me all you could give me. So that's why I do that. I do that for the card and for you and for me. So I'm assembling. No, don't listen to me. I'm losing my mind, okay? Homeschooling these kids has pushed me over the edge. I got 3 of them, doing their school here, and it's on me. It's not online here in Germany. It's on mom, okay? And I am not keeping it together. Like, some kids are falling through the cracks. Like, they're not doing their math. I know they're not. They act like they are, but they're actually got their earphones in and they're listening to music. I know it. But what are you going to do? Go around with a whip? I'm joking. What I meant is, what are you going to do? Go around with a hockey stick? No, but seriously, each one of my kids is so different. Like Bailey, she's very particular, on top of it, perfectionist. She could run the school. And then there's Emma, who's just like pretty much lost, but she's so darn cute. And she tries, though. She tries. And then there's Charlie, who hates every second of it. He does not want to do it. And I'm hovering over him all day like the Grim Reaper. And you know what's even worse is by the end of the day, we like desserts all around every day, every night, because we're celebrating that we made it through the day. So somebody's better be baking cookies or brownies or pie or something, because we need to celebrate that we made it through the day. Okay. Moving on from my sob story, card number 2, I did the same thing that I did in card number 1, a soft, subtle background blend. And then I go over it tone on tone with a stencil. This is one of the new stencils from the release. It's called Rose Trio. And the colors I'm using are Spun Sugar, Squeeze Lemonade, spice marmalade, and then picked raspberry. So you got to be careful. This stencil is very intricate and delicate. You can't blend too hard. I would highly recommend using some of that pixie spray to temporarily adhere your stencil down. I don't have any, but I need to get some, but that would work great. Now for the sentiment, I'm using the Outline Mama word die. So I die cut the outer part with some smoke cardstock, and then the mama part I'm doing with various colors. So the outline is white, and then each letter is going to get its own color because mama deserves it, right? So the M is dull pink, and then we have a yellow A on the end, and I'm using the same colors that are in my background, tying it all together. To adhere it, I'm using some Gina K Connect glue. And now, okay, you know I was thinking it, how can I add dimension to this sentiment? Well, it gets a little difficult with this one. Now, you could probably pop up these inner layers. That would have been an option, but I just decided to go flat with all of this. And, you know, if I did it again, I think I would pop it up, okay, if I'm being honest. But this is not bad. It's not bad. And I went ahead and add those little tiny little triangles and then the inner white outline like so. There you have a colorful mama. And then I'm assembling the card. Foam tape on the panel, foam tape on the mama, and then again, another one of those pre-printed sentiment strips that I used for the GRAD. There's a GRAD pre-printed sentiment set and a mama pre-printed. It says, "You're killing it, mama." I popped this up right underneath it. And then to finish it off, I'm going to use a combination of a couple of the new sequins in the release. There is April Showers and Soft Sunrise, and they coordinated beautifully with this mama card. So there you have it. 2 cards using the same kind of recipe, if you will. Ink blended tone-on-tone stencil background with a colorful popped up sentiment. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure and check out the Sunny Days Ahead release with Simus's stamp. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.